welcome back to Mom to Mom. Happy Monday, happy February. I hope that your week is off to a good start. So I am so excited because we're going to have a fun week. I say this every time because it's fun every time. So what we're going to do this week, before I chat with you for a minute, I do want to share the craft that we're doing because it is so super cute. We are making these wonderful little clipboard frames. There's one example. Miss Ashley made these for us. She's one of our table hostesses. Everyone has one that looks plain, so not like this yet, but it's this color. We're going to be decorating them, so you will need your craft bag with you when you get with your Zoom group this week. This one Ashley stained, or she used a furniture marker, she told me, to make it that darker brown. I think it's super cute. I didn't even know furniture markers were a thing, so if you have one around, go for it. Stain it, paint it before you meet up with the group if you want. Otherwise, it's going to be this cute, light, wooden color. So when you do use your craft bags this week, and, well, let me just say, when you do use your craft bag, which you should have, hopefully still with you, we're going to need the plain wooden frame that you have, which you can put a picture in it, you can put a cute note in it, like the ones Ashley did. I love it. This one says, "Be the light," and it's decorated on scrapbook paper, which I think is super cute idea. This one says, "See the good," so you can do something inspirational and encouraging. You can put a family photo there, whatever you want, and it's gonna be cute in our homes. But you will also need your glue pen. And then you should have a bag that has different types of ribbons and buttons in it. So if you want, we can use these to decorate the frames with, or if you have things at home that you wanna use, obviously that's a-okay. Just make sure you gather all of those goodies together before you meet with your Zoom group. That way it's all nice and handy. Set my craft bag down. So I'm excited about making those because I think it's gonna be super cute. Anyway, it is February. That is the love month, right? It's supposed to be. It's Valentine's Day this weekend. So I did want to talk a minute about loving our kids, which we all do. So but I wanted to talk a little bit about, maybe you've heard of the 5 love languages. So Dr. Gary Chapman wrote a book years ago about the 5 love languages. There are books about the 5 love languages for your marriage, for children, for teenagers, and all the things. So you can check those out. But it is basically this concept that the way we relate to each other, the way we feel love, the way we express love, is boiled down to 5 basic love languages, and that love is a communication style, and we have 5 love languages. Each and every individual of those 5 typically has one primary love language, the way they resonate the most with feeling love and the way they tend to express love. So as a refresher, I know I had to look them up. The 5 love languages are, according to Dr. Chapman, these 5 love languages are quality time, which is basically you want to spend time with somebody. You want to go to a baseball game with them. You want to play a game with them. You want to sit down with someone and have a cup of coffee or just sit on the couch and snuggle and watch a movie. That's quality time. Another love language is acts of service. So maybe that's doing chores for someone, or helping someone with homework. And maybe what resonates the most in receiving love is when somebody does something for you, like says, "I'll take care of this for you. Let me handle that. Give me your trash bag right now and I'll go take it out." So quality time, acts of service, gift giving, which is pretty self-explanatory, but it does mean that someone who who receives gifts, when they receive it, that is what tells them, this person, this human being loves me because they're giving me something. And the way they express love, when they give a gift, it might be more meaningful to them than someone who doesn't have gift giving as their primary love language. Quality time, acts of service, gift giving, words of affirmation. Someone just needs to hear, or they are always reminding and encouraging words like, you are so kind, or I love you, thanks for doing that, you are the best, you're awesome, I love how you do this. They're constantly encouraging, and they need that encouragement as their primary love language. So quality time, acts of service, gift giving, words of affirmation, and physical touch. So there's someone who might be very high five-ish, like to slap on the shoulder, gives a lot of hugs and kisses. Maybe a kid always wants snuggles and they just always want to be right here. Maybe physical touch is their primary love language. So there's 5. I just gave all of them. Those are the 5 love languages. And though we have a primary one that might resonate with us the most, everybody needs all of those love languages expressed to them, and they typically need to express those in all 5 ways. One might just be the dominant love language. So Dr. Chapman says, when it comes to kids, the question isn't, do you love your kids, but do your children feel loved? So that is something I know I think about often, especially when I miss the mark with my attitude, my words, my tone. I walk away from a situation going, man, do I think my kids really feel loved after that interaction? But if I know their primary love language, that gives me the opportunity to express love to them in a way that resonates most with them. Maybe I want to give a gift, but I know my kid really just needs me to sit down and play Barbies for a minute, or read a book for a minute, or have a cup of hot chocolate, or maybe vice versa. Maybe I'm like, oh, let's sit down and we'll read right now, and all they really need is me to say, I made this for you, I'm giving this to you. So if we know their primary love language, we can reach out to them in a way that resonates with them more so than it might with us. So Dr. Chapman says that, preschoolers, they might not have a primary love language yet, and those kids younger than preschool might not have their love language yet, but they need all the love languages, and frequently, which makes sense because they're very needy little things when they're that age. So we can love on our little ones in multiple ways, and maybe for a preschooler, an act of service isn't let me dress you, but is it more the service of go ahead, you can dress yourself, you can pick out your own clothes today. I don't know. My one rule is typically no sweatpants with a dress, but today, do what you will. And maybe that's an act of service that shows love in a way to our kids. So there is a quiz online. I'll find the link and post it, but you can also just Google 5 love languages children's quiz. And there's a quiz for ages 5 to 12. It's actually broken up into 2 quizzes, 2 age groups in that age group. There's also one for teenagers, and there's one for adults that help identify what that primary love language is. And once we know it, that doesn't mean that it's black and white. This is always my love language. It can change over time. There might be times where I really like quality time. That one resonates a lot with me. However, sometimes I've had a lot of it and I just need the other things too. So like I said before, we need all 5 love languages. They might change over time, but these quizzes give us a good starting point to know maybe the way to relate to our kids in a different way. That's love languages. I think it's exciting and encouraging to know that. I like things like that. It's almost like a personality test, but on a more relational level, I think. So anyway, those quizzes are available, and it is initially, I think it was written for marriages. It's good for any relationship and helps us navigate all relationships when we kind of have this love language mentality. I know for me personally, it has helped with a family member where I might feel like they're always giving things, but you know what? Because I think that gift giving is their primary love language, and that's changed my perspective on relating with that person and going, well, I recognize it at a deeper level now than maybe what I did before, all of the gift giving. And I appreciate it on a different level. So those are the love languages. It's a lot to unpack because there's books on it. This was just a couple minute huge umbrella overview. But when you get the chance, check it out or read one of the books if you want. They're pretty solid, pretty good. And speaking of love and the fact that on Sunday it is Valentine's Day, the youth at Hillside are putting on a drive-in movie night, which is so fun. If you want to go to it, it's a drive-in, 50s theme, 50s movies to choose from. You can go to Hillside and register on the website. You do have to register before showing up, but there will be a concession stand, and I know I registered for it. You can bring your whole family or maybe just one loved person, and that will be fun, a V-Day thing to do. The other announcement I wanted to give you is that there are kids resources for February available. Excuse me. So if you're not sure what kids resources I'm talking about, there's packets at the church right now under the portico where you picked up your craft bag. So elementary school students would get something like this. It's a whole packet for the month of February. It gives them, this is week 1, and each little white box is something to do on every day or for 4 days of that week. That helps them dive into that kindness theme this month. So it's a little devotional that they get. And on the back side, usually once in the week, there's an activity referenced here that's on the back side. Coloring page or write something. This one is the K through 1st grade. They're broken up by grades. So if you have a 4th grader or you have an older kid, the packets will look a little bit different, but it's the same general concept. I have this one because I have a 1st grader. If you have a younger one, the little kids, the pre-Kers and babies, my 1-year-old, I picked them up for him. We just get one of these for the whole month, and it reminds me that we're teaching him kindness, or sorry, this one's I grabbed the elementary one, but there's one for pre-K for the whole month, and it's just one of these half sheets. So elementary gets the half sheet and their packet, pre-K just gets the half sheet, and it gives me ideas of what to do during cuddle time, maybe what to talk to them about during drive time or bath time, and the pre-Kers get this placemat. It's upside down. So they get this placemat, and you can see mine already has used his dry erase marker. Because they're laminated, you use dry erase, do these activities throughout the week. It's 2-sided, gives him something to do. And it's fun, and it instills the themes that they're learning for that during the month. So those are available now under the church for the whole month of February. Stop by once and you're good. So wanted to let you know what's available to you should you choose to use that tool. I like having it because I can say this is how we're starting our day, and look, you have a coloring page right now. It instills some good things. So anyway, looking forward to our crafts, looking forward to trying to resonate with my kids on a love language level. I'll be a little more intentional about that. And then also looking forward to having everything I need for February. So I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. I hope you have a great month, and I hope you know that you are loved. I will leave you with 1 John 4:16. First part of it reminds us that, and so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. So you're loved. I hope you have a great week, and we will chat again soon.